Welcome into this matinee match here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, live from Sunset Stadium here in Sumner, Washington. It's the PDL, brought to you by Bootstrapper Studios. I'm Peyton Behrens here for the matchup between the Seattle Sounders U23 and the Calgary Foothills FC. Going over the lineups right now for Calgary. In goal, number 1, Dylan Powley. On the defense, number 12, Kieran Hay. Number 4, Noah Cunningham. Number 2, Dean Northover. And number 5, Josh Reed. Looking at the midfield for Calgary, Bruno Zebi. Number 11, Kyle Jones. Number 17, Nico Pisquoti. And number 16, Jose Lopez. And up top for Calgary, you got number 9, Dominic Russo. And number 10, Akeem Sarkaria there for Calgary. And if we flip on over to the Sounders side of things, looking at the starting 11 that they're bringing on, you got number 31 in the net. That's Paul Christensen looking along the back line. Number 3, Maka King. Number 5, Sam Jones. The center back, number 16, Connor Antley, who is coming off of a game-winning goal in the 93rd minute against the Portland Timbers U23 team on Friday night. A great goal by Antley, starting out of the back, being able to win a cross header and in. And rounding out that defense, number 26, Tyler John, a very speedy, aggressive outside back. He's not afraid to get up the field, and he will attack with his speed. Looking at the midfield, 3 central midfielders. Looking at, you got number 18, Corey Keats, number 6, Trevor Jensen. Those two are going to sit back like center defensive mids, kind of hold on to the ball and try and control the game in the back. And the number 10 in the attacking center mid role is Sergio Rivas. On the wings for the Sounders U23, you got number 23, Colton Cavey, starting out there on that wing. We saw him come on as a sub, and Cavey was able to do dangerous things when he came into the game. Looking around elsewhere, number 9, the big striker, Will Bagru. He's going to be wearing the number 9 on the jersey, and he is a strong, speedy forward who loves to get in behind the defense. And rounding things out in the 11, number 7, Burke Falling. Falling didn't get any minutes in the Friday night game against the Timbers. He starts here today, and we are underway here in Sumner, Washington. Calgary with the kickoff, and they're looking to go direct immediately. Sounders in the white kits with the blue shorts, giving a nod back to that 1974 inaugural year of the Seattle Sounders. Calgary Foothills here, black and green striped, looking much like Celtic FC in the Scottish Premier League, and here we have a great matchup on hand. Calgary Foothills comes into this game 2 wins, 1 loss. They got 6 points on the season. A team that can score goals. They've put 7 in the net, but they have allowed 5. They're coming off of a loss to TSS FC Rovers. And it's Bagru trying to battle with the defense. A big, strong push coming from Bagru. Referee not going to stop the play here. Bagru getting the talking to, though. And we are 1 minute into this game, and the Sounders had an opportunity. Big kick coming out of the back from Powley. And finds no one, and it's going to be King retrieving that ball on the far side for the goal, or for a throw-in, excuse me. Sounders trying to work up that far sideline here. And a foul called on a 50-50 challenge. The Sounders in their last match Friday night were able to get that late 90th minute winner against the Cascadia rival Portland Timbers. And it was a goal well deserved. The second half was all Sounders, and it's Jensen trying to work away from a battle. Had Kyle Jones strip him of possession, and now Calgary working with it. And that's going to be Connor Antley picking up the foul there on the header challenge. He leaves the man in the dust and gets the whistle blown. It's going to be Calgary free kick inside their attacking half of the field. Calgary sweeping the ball along the back line. Keats turns it over. Calgary now in the attacking third. Working around with it. It's Zeeby. Being stripped by a pair of Sounders defenders, but he picks it back up. He's trying to get through. Chip ball up and over the top. Two Sounders defenders going in for the challenge. Referee waves off the contact, and that one's going to roll out of bounds. Dominic Russo was in on the attack for Calgary, unable to bring that ball down with the contact that the Sounders U23 was throwing at him. Goal kick taken by Christensen, clears his lines. Now the Sounders working with the ball in the air. It's brought down Northover, playing the right back. Back into the feet of Cunningham. Good entry ball into the midfield. Now it's a through ball up the sidelines, gets past John, working with his Zebi. Zebi gets into the 18, sends a ball to the back post. And that ball bounces around, takes a deflection, and out of bounds. It looks like it was last off Calgary, and they had an attack on the goal there. Fortunate enough for the Sounders, not letting one slip here early, just 4 minutes into the match.
Calgary shot by number 9, Dominic Russo.
Jensen playing up into Rivas. Now Bagru up on the far sideline. Bagru gets to the goal line, trying to find Cavey on the far side. He lost his footing. He was on the ground trying to get back up quickly. Unlucky there for Cavey. He was in a good scoring position. Will Bagru did a lot of good things to create his own space and get a cross off. Cavey unfortunate to find himself on the turf. John with the interception. Hesitation, goes. Pulls back and finds Cavey. Cavey, lots of space. Switches the play over to the far sideline. It's King. Trying to find Falling. Does so. Falling. Defender on the back. Goes back to King smartly. Sounders trying to play very patient. And now a through ball gets shown. Rivas able to win the knockdown. Goes outside to Cavey. Sounders trying to get a good opportunity here. The left-footed cross goes in. Bagru's the target. Unable to find him. And Calgary is going to be able to dribble this one out. Finding the feet of Russo. Russo trying to turn between a trio of defenders. Still working with it. Now it's Zebi passing it back into his defense. Cunningham swings over. Cunningham and Reed are locking down the center backs for Calgary. A flick header trying to split the defense, and it's going to be Antley. Very safely brings it to the outside. Cavey. Lots of room on this sideline. Calgary showing a 4-4-2 with one center defensive mid, it looks like. Sounders, 4-2-3-1 formation. Keats and Jensen sitting underneath. And it's Keats. Outside to John. John sends the ball up and over the top to the speedy Bagru. Bagru trying to bring it down. Lots of contact over there in that corner. He's trying to battle. Wants to turn to the goal line, creating a lot of time for his teammates. Keats now with the dummy. Goes to John. John about 40 yards out. Tries sending it across. Deflection. Tries a little flick through ball, is Cavey, and it can't find Rivas, but the Sounders are able to retain possession. No, John has to work for that ball, keeps it in, but turns it over. Now in the midfield working with this Pisquati. Being patient here is Calgary, and now the long ball comes, trying to find it to this near side flank. The header is knocked down and won by Northover, with the Sounders take over. John unable to get to that pass from Keats, and that one's going to roll out of bounds. Trying to find into the striker, and John doing a great job getting his footing around that. Near side, it's Northover, trying to send the ball into the box. The knockdown header is sent back in by Kyle Jones, but finds the hands of Christensen. Rolling out very quickly is King. King is falling on that right side. Rivas is pushing high. Now Rivas goes in behind. It's still King. Bagru gets the ball, turns. Trying to go outside with it. Finds Falling. Falling. One move. Goes down, lays off to Bagru. Bagru, one touch cross to Rivas. Rivas dummies, it's Cavey. Cavey 7 yards out, unable to connect. Sounders with a chance on the porch of the doorstep, unable to finish, and now it's Keats keeping the attack alive. Rivas, little flick touch, gets it down to the goal line, and a strong challenge comes in there from Dean Northover and rolls out for Calgary Foothills goal kick. Great job on the far sideline for the Sounders U23. Started with Falling, making a move, finding Bagru. Bagru able to make a cut down to the goal line and be able to create enough space to get the cross off. Rivas leaves it to go all the way to the middle of the box into Cavey, and Cavey unable to get that ball into the back of the net. Sounders U23 putting a lot of opportunity on the net right now early. Rivas. Great touch. Keats gets stripped from behind. Working with it the other way is Jones. Jones. Too hard of a ball into the feet of Sakira. And lots of battles going on in the midfield. Calgary has won it for the time being. It's Zeeby. Now working its way outside. Loose ball won by Rivas. Lays off to Keats. Now it's outside for King. King wants to go up and over the top. Rivas is the target. One touch flicked into the air. Rivas stays with it after the battle. Lays off to Bagru. Turns into the box. Bagru puts a ball far post and just wide, but that one's going to roll all the way out of bounds for a throw, and unsure whether that was going to be a cross or a shot for Will Bagru. He knows that he just had his mind going towards that net. Trying to clear their lines is Calgary. Tyler John does everything he can to keep it in. Keats. John now with a header in the low area. Jensen is able to win that with a battle, leaving Pasquoti in the dust. King thinks about going long. No, goes short to Falling. Overlaps. Falling to Keats. Entry pass to Bagru now. Bagru turns. Has space. Tries finding Rivas. Jones on the turnover. Plays it smartly back, and the Sounders want to switch the field, see the open space on the other side. John now. Far sideline, Bagger the target, but doing a great job to intercept and not allow anything in is Kieran Hay. John with a nice touch into space, but gets tackled. He comes up hobbling. John going to be able to walk this one off. Sounders keep possession going for them. It's Bagru taking on a defender one-on-one. Now he's past two. Has a third in his sights. Low cross. Rivas the target. Unable to find him on top of the six. Bagru doing a great job at fading away from that central striker role and getting himself into crossing positions. But now it's Falling. Looking to do some crossing of his own. Rivas is the target. Bagru takes over. He's going towards the middle of the box. Battling between defenders. Cavey goes in on a hard challenge. Loses his footing. And Calgary now going the other way. Long through ball going up into Russo. Russo trying to take on Jones one-on-one. And that is not a good idea. Sam Jones, such a lockdown center back. Into Keats in the midfield. Keats and Jensen do such a great job at locking down both offensively and defensively. John trying to play a through ball into Cavey, and it gets taken over. It's out of bounds for a throw-in. John picks it up quickly. Referee. And we got some scuffle going on as John and Northover have some disagreement. Northover didn't think that ball was out of bounds. Felt disrespected by Tyler John picking that one up before referee blew the whistle. AR had it under control, had the flag up in the air. John now with the throw-in. Referee wants it on his whistle, and we're going to have to redo things here. 13 minutes into this match, Seattle Sounders playing against the Calgary Foothills. You're watching the PDL live on Bootstrapper Studios. I'm Peyton Behrens. 0-0 still here. Both teams able to get some opportunities on the front of the net early. Calgary, a high-scoring team, It's 7 in the net through 3 games. The Sounders just played their first game Friday night against the Portland Timbers. Late drama as the center back, Connor Antley, was able to put that ball in the back of the net, 93rd minute against the Timbers. It's John trying to go for a deep throw, find a target in the middle of the box. Deep, goes to Bagru, he flicks, hits Cavey now, has a little bit of space, tries taking on the volley, and plays back out to John. John, little Cruyff action, now he goes out to Cavey, settles, finds Jones back. Jones attacks, finds Bagru, overlaps. The center back gets into the attack. Bagru unable to take on the double team, but gets the foul called. He plays quickly outside to Cavey. Drops off here to Jensen. Tries playing a direct ball into Jones, the center back, who is still staying in the attack. Unable to find him, and Jones is going to jog on back to his natural habitat. It looks like we're going to have an early substitution here for Calgary. Checking off the field, Dominic Russo.
Calgary substitution coming in the 16th minute. Going on, number 19, Chris Rushworth. Going off, number 9, Dominic Russo.
Checking on is Chris Rushworth. Chris Rushworth, the forward out of England, playing here for Calgary. And Russo checking off very early here, 16 minutes into the match. Has to find his way now to the bench, and we'll see if Rushworth is able to bring an advantage to Calgary. If they've had about one opportunity on the net. Working along the back is Calgary. Now they play a ball up and over the top. The target is Rushworth, the fresh legs. And that ball's going to roll all the way back to the keeper. Christensen wants to roll out. Working through the back line is the Sounders. It's Jones playing over to John near side. You know, Friday night's matchup between the Sounders and the Portland Timbers, first half, very lackluster, as neither team's being able to get the offensive work rate that they wanted. Both teams had about 3 opportunities in that first half. But then the second half completely dominated by the Sounders, who are running a very similar starting 11. The only 2 changes are the outside mids in this game, Cavey and Falling. Cavey came on as a sub in the second half. It's Bagru on top of the box. Gets pulled down to the ground. No foul, and now it's going to be on Bagru, saying he was playing on the ground, taking out the Calgary defender. And Calgary gets bailed out of an attack from the Sounders U23. And Friday night was one heck of a game for the Sounders second half. Just attack after attack after attack over the Timbers, and Cascadia matches are huge at any level, whether they're from the first team down to the U23s all the way into the academies. The U23s were very ecstatic to bring that one out. There's a foul on the ensuing header, a little talk that the referee has to break up there. It's Chris Rushworth. Calgary takes over on the throw-in far side. Second ball won by Keats. Goes back to Jones and plays the ball up, looking for Rivas. Rivas brings it down with a shoulder. Jensen's trying to win the knockdown. Gets taken out, but the ball's still in play. Going up is Lopez. Lopez turns over, and it's Cavey now on the possession. Going into Keats. Keats battles through two. John now looks up, wants to go deep, and no. Finds Keats. Keats loses footing as he plays to the far sideline. It's King. King now wants to cut inside to the middle, and he gets his leg swept out from underneath him. He doesn't like that too much, and he has some words to say to the outside mid over there, Kyle Jones. And a late challenge there from Jones, and he was going after the ball. King gets taken out from behind. He's getting talking to from the official now. And King was looking dangerous on that attack, yet 50 yards out, but his intentions were very strongly attacking minded. Waiting for the referee's whistle to get back under play. Jones plays the ball opposite side of the field, and the header is won and brought down. Bringing it up is Zebi. Trying to get past Rivas. Rivas, a speedy center attacking mid, getting back on the defensive end, and Tyler John comes in with the toe poke. Gets that one out. Keats keeps that ball away. Looks like it's Jones. Almost loses that one. John now has the space on the sideline. Wants to attack. Tries sending in a through ball. He gets crushed on this near sideline. Foul was called. John slow to get up. And that's Chris Rushworth, the man coming in on the slide. Referee stopped it immediately. The slide challenges are hot and heavy here today in Sumner, Washington. Jones on the free kick now. Plays a long ball up and over the top. Bagru's the target. Keeper coming out. Finds Bagru right on the head. But Dylan Powley is able to jump up and over Bagru and just take that one away before any danger occurs in front of his net. That's one thing you love to see out of a keeper. Someone who can come out, win that ball off the head of a striker. Calgary working within the back line. Long ball going up over the far sideline. No striker to be found. King brings that ball down with ease. Now he wants to go back, trying to find Bagru. And it's Reed being able to head that one out. Sounders take over on the knockdown, though. Jensen bringing it to the left side. Now it's Cavey. Faces back to the middle. Jensen opens his hips, turns, and finds John. One touch into the back line. Sounders working it, knocking the ball around. No pressure from Calgary, and Sounders are going to try and find Bagru now. Bagru far side has it back to the goal. Drops off to Falling. Falling in a crossing position. Now he sends in a curling cross. It gets deflected. Cavey on the volley. It gets saved and pushed out to the near sideline, and finally clearing their lines is the Calgary defense trying to get that ball away from net. Cavey, great opportunity and a huge save coming from Dylan Powley. John wants to keep this attack up. He is a throw-in that can find the middle of the box, use it as a cross, same way that the Sounders would do as a corner. They're going to stack that near post. John, deep throw-in. Gets in past that near 6 and cleared back out. John now sends in a left-footed cross. It's heading for the back post. And that one just sails over by a hair over the crossbar, and that one looked dangerous as that one was floating and knuckling towards that far corner.
And South Puget Sound community congratulate the Tacoma Stars at Shomer Center on another successful professional indoor soccer season. Check out the Tacoma Stars at tacomastars.com and come watch our partners in the game of soccer.
Calgary switches the play. Now goes up that sideline and taken over by Antley. Working between two defenders now. Great pass from Jensen into Rivas. Rivas with a world-class touch to bring that one down. King trying to play up and into Bagru. Bagru, lots of contact. He's unhappy with it. No call. We're going to keep playing on as Powley rolls out. Calgary not much into the attack within these last 10 minutes. Lots of play in their back, trying to play the ball up and over the top, but the Sounders' back line has been rock solid through these first 24. Calgary up the near sideline. It's Zebi. Trying to go 1-2 there with Sakaria and just rolls out of bounds. Too much sauce on that one, and now it's John on the throw-in. KV, the intended target, unable to find him. Rivas on the second ball, no. Jensen on the third. Header over to Keats. Keats now tries playing King, puts a lot on it. King's able to track it down. Has a trailing defender. Early cross. Curling, and it finds KV now finally on the far 18. He's unable to reel in that touch. KV on his horse trying to get back on defense now. Losing his footing there is Northover, and that ball goes straight up sky high into the air. KV and Northover still battling for it all over this near sideline. Jensen with a defender on his hip, tries playing a ball across. King is able to shield off the defender and win that. Keats now has the ball in the midfield and a great hesitation touch. He gets taken off his feet. Play on, the referee says. Rivas, give and go, into the box. No, gets taken out. John now wants to go in on the attack. John working through about 4 defenders. It gets cleared out. Only to Keats, though. Keats is keeping it in. Bagru up and over the top. Brings it down with the chest. Can't get it down to his feet for a shot and a free kick, as they're saying Bagru was out of control with his body going through defenders, and it's going to be a Calgary goal kick rather than a Sounders U23 corner. And Bagru just showing off his strength. My goodness there. Will Bagru was able to see that ball come up and over his shoulder, bring it down with the chest. Unable to get that ball to stick onto the foot, though, enough to get a shot off. But using that strong body to just be able to shield off opponents. Absolutely fantastic work from the number 9 striker, Will Bagru. Working with it now is Zebi. Into the midfield, losing the footing, and it's turned over. Bagru going 1-on-4. He's going to take a shot from 18. Falls into the hands of Powley, who just gobbles that one up. Falls on it in the 6. And a real good opportunity there from the Sounders on the quick turnover. And it was Calgary being able to dodge another bullet from the Sounders attack. Beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Sumner, Washington. Just about 30 minutes south of Seattle here, and it's a turnover. Jensen now in the midfield. Keeps going outside, falling, has King overlapping, but he's going to attack. Early right-footed cross, trying to find Rivas, but it goes back post to KV, puts it back across the face of the goal. Rivas trying to turn and fire and out of bounds for a Sounders corner kick. That early cross has been working all day for the Seattle Sounders. KV is just poaching on that backside and being able to bring that one down and work it back into the middle, trying to find Rivas. Great work there from KV, and now it's going to lead to a corner kick coming from Rivas. Rivas, the number 10 on this team, and he works just like it. The center attacking mid has the finesse that he needs to be successful in the middle. And now we're going to see it put to work on the corner kick.
Sergio Rivas to take the corner.
Corner comes in, and it's won by Dylan Powley in between about 4 players. And that's the sign of a great keeper right there. One that with a lot of size who can come out and just dominate, shut down free kicks and shut down corner kicks. Great keepers with the size, with the stature, with the poise in the net. Working with it now. It's Cunningham. Cunningham trying to send the ball up and over the top. The target is Rushworth. Rushworth off his head. John now trying to shield out for a corner, or for a throw, and he does so. Rivas is the target. It finds KV. KV now battles. Working. Dancing with that line. KV still trying to find a way out. Taken off his feet, but the ball is won, and now the foul is called. KV had the way out that he needed, and he found it. Couldn't find any open teammates, and finally able to just win the call. Turnover, and now it's Calgary trying to attack. They got 4, now 5 into the attack. Working with it. Drops it back to the defense. It's Cunningham, comes outside to Northover. Ball gets sent into John. Flicked up. Rivas is going to run under it. No, Bagger's going to take it over and slow things down. Go outside. He's looking at falling. Has an overlapping King. Keats in the middle. Finds Bagger's feet. Bagger turns. Now it's outside to King. Sounders just trying to knock things around. Into Rivas' feet. He wants to find Keats and now goes outside to King. King, the overlapping outside back. Goes to Falling. Falling, ball in behind to Jensen. Jensen doing everything he can to get behind it. A push and a shove, and he falls out of bounds, and the ball rolls out for a corner kick. Great work there from the number 6, Jensen, who is an absolute workhorse on this field, an undersized center defensive midfielder who works and plays way above his height. Jensen, a strong center defensive midfielder who loves to get into the attack. Short corner taken. It's given to Keats. Keats now working with it. Keats gets trapped. Tries turning out of it. Ball off of his own foot and out of bounds. 30 minutes through the match here. 15 till we get into halftime. 0-0 is still the score here at Sunset Stadium. Battling headers. And finally finds the feet of Jones. Plays it up into Rivas' region. Now Keats brings it down. John has it. Lots of space for John. Sounders attack keeps pushing. They're getting antsy. They want to find the back of the net. Long ball going diagonal. Cavey, can he get to it? He does. He keeps it in. John now settles. Drops back to his back line. Jones plays a square ball over to Antley. Antley wants to play direct. Finds Rivas. Rivas, great touch with the outside of the right boot. Now it's King. Sends it across deep to the back post. Cavey's there trying to flick it back across the face of the goal with the head. Unable to do so. Calgary's not out of the danger yet. They're working with it about 5 yards from that goal line. Northover tries playing a ball outside. Now that ball is booted sky high. Jensen can't bring it down. And a through ball attempt goes askew, and it was intended for Chris Rushworth. It was about 15 yards outside of his vicinity. Brushing the ball back and forth are the Sounders through that back line. John gets a little flick from Cavey. Can he stay with it? Bagru now brings it down between a double team. Takes a kick to the hip, immediately goes grabbing. The referee will not assess anyone yet. 33 minutes through. No one has found their way into the referee's magical book. We've seen some hard challenges out here today. Keats now. Free kick opportunity. He wants 10 yards on the ball. Should be a pretty simple enough task here as we're playing with some football lines. Keats' free kick just about 35 yards out. The goal line goes just further back into the football line's end zone. Ball floats back post. Keeper can't find his way to it, and it just kept floating. And just maybe if Sam Jones wasn't to get knocked down and lose his footing, he may have been able to find that ball because it was just out of the reach of Dylan Powley. And a great free kick taken by Keats. One of those floaters the keeper can't read just right. And if there would have been an attacker on the back side of it, surely would have had an empty netter to just tap in. Calgary wins the knockdown. It's Northover. Sends it back all the way to Powley. Powley plays in. Taken off of his feet. No call now. The ball floats its way out of bounds. Off the feet of Kyle Jones on the far sideline, and it's going to be Sounder possession starting with the throw from Maka King. King looking at Rivas, flicks onto Bagru. Bagru tries flicking onto himself and can't get there. A little too strong on the header. 10 minutes remain here in this first half of play. 0-0 still here at Sunset Stadium in Sumner, Washington. The long kick is taken by Powley. It's going to find its way all the way back to the top of the 18. Paul Christensen has had a rather quiet day, but right now Calgary on the attack, trying to change that. No, it's Keats looking to break. Goes outside to Cavey. Cavey sends a ball up the line, has no one there, and that one will go out of bounds for a Calgary throw. But Paul Christensen, the Sounders goalkeeper, who had a pretty busy night in the first half, Friday night against the Portland Timbers, has one clean sheet on the season right now. He one game in, one clean sheet. Looking to make it 2 today. Very quiet day so far. The Calgary offense has been rather dormant. Rivas trying to find Falling outside. He's battling. Foul called as Falling puts a shoulder into the defender and leaving Jose Lopez on the ground. Trying to find the attack now is Calgary, but Tyler John doing a great work. Keats plays with it, finds Christensen. First time he's touched the ball in about 15 minutes. Plays a long one up to Falling. Falling unable to win it. Ball gets flicked, goes to Antley. The target may have been offside, but we're going to keep playing. Keats now wins the ball. Tries finding Bagru into space, and that ball's going to get headed on back. Bagru can't catch up to it. Keeping that ball in the defense right now. finding into the feet there of Sarkaria. Now it works all the way over to the far side. Calgary stringing together the longest strand of possession they've had in this entire first half. Late in this first half, Sounders may not have the same energy they started this game with, allowing a lot of space for the Calgary offense. And now as they start moving up into the attack, Bagru pulls down. And King now battles for possession on the far sideline with Rushworth and being able to throw a pass off Rushworth's shin guards. Restarts with the throw. Keats wants to go diagonal to Cavey, does so. With the chest, brings it down. Trying to go one-on-one with the outside back, brings it out. Working with it. It's Rivas. Puts his defender on the ground. The battle's still going on between the two of them. And a body slam there. Rivas is the one standing after that one. Lots of pushing and shoving going on. It's Dean Northover who is the man on the ground. The referee still trying to separate the two of them. Trying to clear things up here, the referee, trying to make sure this doesn't turn into a SmackDown vs. Raw Monday night main event here on a Sunday afternoon. Still no cards being issued through this first half. We're almost at the 40-minute mark. This first half dwindles down. Calgary being the road team. Would love to just get a point on the road, as in leagues as such where traveling is tough and you spend hours in vans driving down to the game. Getting 1 point on the road is very crucial, and a tie is not the worst thing in the world when you're playing on the road, as Calgary is doing now. Sounders, playing as the home team, of course, want to get 3 points on every game and protect their home turf. Did so Friday night at Bonnie Lake High School. Now here at Sunset Stadium in Sumner. Keats turns with the ball. He's going with the momentum. Looking for support. Now he goes up and over the top. Pass falling. Running into a dangerous position. Can he keep it? Yes. One touch with the right foot. Faces the goal. Tries making a cut. Move. That ball stays in. Now it's cleared out. Working it is Calgary. Keats loses his footing there in the midfield. Now the ball gets swung over to the near side. It's Cunningham. Goes back to Powley. Working with it now is Northover. Swinging the ball in no rush here. Sounders allowing them to do so far away from the target. They are not a threat, and the Sounders are doing that, and they will apply more pressure as the team starts creeping their way up and into the attack. Laying it off here. It's Rushworth. Swing that ball out to the far side. Now it's Jones who's going to turn, try and look central. Jones brings it back to Cunningham. Cunningham doing a lot of the majority of possession here for Calgary out of the center back. That ball was intended there for Bruno Zebi, and he's unable to bring it down. Sounders now take back over. King has Bagru as the intended target. The knockdown goes to Keats. Keats sprays the ball out to Cavey. It gets intercepted by Northover. Working with it. The Sounders trying to win the battle. John goes straight through the ball. Just trying to win the battle there. Unable to do so. Northover takes the throw, and the man with the captain's band. The majority of Calgary's possession coming from their defensive half of the field. Just knocking the ball around in their own zone, and then can't seem to connect anything up into the attacking role. Keats is trying to work through some defenders now, and a big, huge battle, and Keats finally gets called for pulling on the back of Nico Pasquoti. Restarted by Calgary Foothills. Jones tracks that ball down. Now he finds Zebby. Switching the ball across the back is Josh Reed. Now it's into the feet of Zebby. Zebby. Calgary trying to go with the big long ball up and over the top, and it's Antley who's trying to head that one back to Christensen, unable to get the right flick on it. That one's going to go out of bounds for a corner, the first of the day for Calgary Foothills FC, and if they could capitalize on this, it would be a shot to the heart for the Sounders. After a great first half attacking here, we enter into the 43rd minute. Calgary now has a man over for the short corner. They do opt for the short corner. Now they have Jones running in. One touch, left-footed ball across. And it's a save by Christensen, but the offside flag is up from the AR. Christensen is able to have cat-like reflexes and get to the header. That was a point-blank shot. Christensen doing a great job keeping that ball out of the net regardless of the position of the striker. Zebby now for Calgary, trying to battle out of it. It's Northover. A flick goes up and over the top, intended for Pisciotti, and offside, but contact after the play. Tyler John and Pisciotti are sharing words. They're in each other's face, and I don't think they're making plans for dinner after the game. Referee doing his best to keep everything settled and calm, bringing players away from each other, and we could be seeing battles coming from Tyler John up that near sideline for the rest of the night. Tyler John, such an aggressive, attacking outside back. We've already seen the battles coming from Dean Northover, sharing his exchanges with Sergio Rivas and Colton Cavey. Cavey, the intended target on the free kick, doesn't win the header. Trying to win the knockdown, and he does so. We're in the 45th minute now. We'll see how much stoppage time there is. The throwing coming from Northover. It looks like Calgary wants to get into the locker room. And there it is right there. He's going to draw it dead very short into the stoppage time. After 45 minutes here, we are still at 0-0. The Sounders did a lot of the attacking early in that first half. Calgary had their chances, didn't make of any of the few of them. Late corner kick coming for them. Some danger showing there. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be back for second half action in just about 15 minutes. You're watching the PVL through Bootstrapper Studios.
Gig Harbor, Bender Way, Puget Sound Ortho, Alliance Surgeons Orthopedic, All right, Sounders fans, Scars
The second half ready to get underway here at Sunset Stadium. I'm Peyton Behrens here for Bootstrapper Studios, and you're watching the PDL on YouTube. And here we are sitting 0-0. The first half of the Sounders had a lot of offensive opportunities going for them. Calgary, not so much on the other end of things. They had a few strikes, but nothing that could really find the back of the net for either side. Same thing that we saw for the Sounders on Friday night, as a first half against the Timbers resulted 0-0, but the Sounders were able to break the tie in the 93rd minute with a goal that came off of the head of Connor Antley. We're underway as King and the Sounders worked the ball along the back line. Working the ball into the middle now. The Sounders in the white kits going left to right across your screen. And it's Calgary sending a ball out of bounds for a Sounders throw-in. Substitution made at halftime for the Sounders. Number 11, Melvin Blair, comes on that left wing, subbing in for Burke Failing, on the name mispronunciation throughout the entire first half. Now the Sounders still coming out in that 4-2-3-1 formation. And it's going to be Blair finding himself on that left wing. Antley wins a header. Brought down now by Calgary. The foul is called, and Calgary will get a free kick now. Trying to set up a ball to find its way into the box for a header. Getting it started quickly. Working it around now, Calgary. Left-footed ball. Cleared out of danger, and now Calgary will get the throw-in. Cavey deep in his own end, winning that ball. It's Keats now. Dropping off. Rivas trying to play that ball with the outside of the right foot. Unable to find Blair on that outside wing. Blair a little too speedy for Rivas' touch. Working down that far sideline. Battling for it is John. John leaves his feet, slides, wins the ball, and that one rolls out for a corner kick. Calgary here in the 48th minute get an early corner.
Kick taken by number 11, Kyle Jones.
Left-footed in swinger taken. King heads it away, working for the ball's Bagru now. Calgary wants to reset with Hay. Left-footed ball trying to find its way into the box. Christensen coming out, catches it. He wants to try and go out quickly to Cavey, but a deflection off Antley leads into King having to just clear a ball out for a throw-in, and now it's Hay on the near side for the throw-in. Calgary showing pressure in the offensive end, and now that one's going to roll out for a Sounders throw-in. Looking on the Calgary side of things, only one substitution has been made, and it was in the first half as Dominic Russo had to come out of the game early, about 16 minutes in. And coming on was number 19, Chris Rushworth. As it looks, no halftime changes has been made for Calgary. The Sounders, the one halftime change, Melvin Blair comes on for Burke Failing. The interception now. Rivas touch just too far in front of him. Leads it to a Calgary possession. Working now with Hay. It's Jones. Drops that ball off. Goes to Cunningham. Swung around far side. Finds its way into the middle now with Lopez. Trying to spray a ball out. Into the attack on the far wing. John wins it. Takes a touch behind him. Tries finding Wilbrow's feet. Unable to do so. And now John's going to come up with it. And a late challenge leaves John on the ground. And now we have our first card of the night. 51 minutes in to the game here. And John is slow to get up. He's still on the ground. They need to see some medical attention coming here. I believe it was Jones there on the challenge who picks up the yellow card. And John is now up on his feet walking away.
In the 51st minute, a yellow card has been issued to Calgary Foothills, number 11, Kyle Jones.
John, who's been one aggressive player all day long, shakes that one off. It looks like he's going to be able to go back to full strength. Long ball from Christensen. Keats tries running under the second chance. Jensen brings it down with a thigh. Keats still working with it. Tries finding Bagru in behind. Bagru with a little touch! And just wide of the goal. Bagru and the keeper collide. Nothing called, and it's just wide for a goal kick. But my goodness, Will Bagru being able to get in behind the keeper. Little touch, collision, goes wide. A lot of the Sounders players wanted a PK there as Bagru. And his shot was impeded by the keeper, but an aggressive play from Dylan Powley to come off his line for that one. Powell now, after the contact, sends that one far. Header won by Keats. Comes out wide. Hey, bad touch. Cavey, Bagru trying to track it down. And that one's going to go out for a corner kick as Bagru does a great job at shielding the defender, giving him no chance. Trying to keep that one in.
U23.
Rivas now approaching the corner. Rivas going to have a right-footed take at this one. It's going to swing away from the keeper. Trying to come out. Bagger's there for the header. Falls into Maka King's feet. And that one's going to get deflected out for a corner as Maka King sails that one through the football uprights. All the way to the back fencing there. King had a chance at a very vicious volley.
Let's make some noise.
They're going to do it again. It's Rivas. On the right-footed corner. Sends it near post now. The flick. Falls into Cavey. Cavey trying to get that one away. King now battling for it. Back to Cavey. Cavey's got Rivas on the wing. Trying to split two defenders. Can't. King now out to Rivas. Rivas wants to go one-on-one. No, taps the ball in behind to Antley. Antley on the attack. Tries bringing it back, and that one is out for a corner, and it's Connor Antley being able to set that one up. The leading goal scorer on the season after one game is the center back, Connor Antley, as he had a 93rd minute game winner against the Portland Timbers U23 Friday night at Bonnie Lake High School. Rivas, corner yet again. Goes back post with it. Calgary clears their lines. Chasing that one down is Sarkaria. Drops it back. Clearance out intended for Pasquoti. Unable to connect on it. Now to John. Looking for Bagru on the throw. He's trying to use his body and attack. Left the defender on the ground. Now he takes a hard challenge after the second defender, losing his footing, staying with it though. Bagru now trying to win it back after the turnover. Clearance out off the back line. John goes flying past the play, trying to win that one. Bringing it down now is Pasquodi trying to take Connor Antley 2-on-1. Can't. Antley battling still. And finally cleaning it up there. Sounders defense. Rivas, the intended target. Cavey's going to run on underneath it though. Shoulder to shoulder there with Kyle Jones, and Jones will fall, and that will result Calgary free kick. The referee doesn't like the extracurricular activity from Sergio Rivas.
Go to TacomaSoccerCenter.org to find out how to join in for adult and youth leagues here in the South Puget Sound. Once again, TacomaSoccerCenter.org.
Calgary gets things going again with a short free kick. Now working things around. Bringing it back over to the near side. Touch brought down well from Reed. Dropped off, and it's Lopez. Sends the ball up and over into the hands of goalkeeper Paul Christensen. Jones plays over to King here, 56 minutes into this match. Bagru now the target, unable to find. Ball takes a bounce. King battling for it, finds a flick over to Cavey. Colton Cavey now plays into Rivas, gets around one defender. Rivas has an overlapping run, unable to find it. Wanted Cavey to cut, Cavey didn't. And now Calgary trying to clear out. Rivas chasing down the play, trying to win the ball back off the foot of Pasquodi. He's taking on three defenders, wants a fourth. John loses his footing. He wants a fifth. Man out to his right. He plays him. Ball comes back across the middle, and there's an offside there as Pasquodi plays that ball. Just a hair too late. Calgary went on quite the run there, and Pasquodi passed about 5 Sounders defenders. Bagger, the intended target, on the ball from Keats. John wins it. Instantly wants to play to Blair. He's going down the sideline. He was onside. Blair applying the pressure over on Northover. Out of bounds, Calgary throw. Interception there. And it's Blair working on the goal line. He's going to try and lay off into space. Keats is running onto it, top of the box. Shoulder to shoulder, he goes down, no call. Coming out the other way with it is Calgary, and they're looking, trying to push up the field. It's Zebby, and he's going to lay off to Hay. Now the ball finds itself into the middle of the field. Trying to find the striker Rushworth there, and he is unable to bring that one in. And it's going to be a corner for Calgary off the foot there of Sam Jones. Sam Jones, the big, tall center back for the Sounders.
Corner kick coming up for Calgary.
Calgary will send Hay over to send this corner in. The right-footed left back will put an in-swinger into the box. See if Paul Christensen can come off his line, clear this one out. It's a low ball to the near post. Dangerous. Rivas trying to clear out with the left foot. Christensen on the ground, and the foul will be called. Christensen lucky there, and the Sounders being able to get the foul drawn there. So Christensen found himself on the ground. That ball is still bouncing around the box in a very dangerous position. King now works his way up the near sideline. Plays short to Cavey. Cavey, a little touch to Rivas. Rivas now trying to find where he wants. Plays a ball, trying to go up the line to Cavey, and off of the back of Cavey, who put his head down, trying to turn up the line and get some speed over that outside back Hayes. Throw-in just goes out of bounds, goes astray for Calgary, and unable to reel it in there was Sakaria. King on the throw. Has Keats checking in the middle. He's going to go Rivas. Rivas with a push to the back. He hits the deck. Now it's King. Going to take over on the throw again. Rivas trying to shake this one off. Keats is going to check away. Jones is going to find himself pushing forward into the attack. He's going into the box. King wants a big throw in here. Jones, a large target to find. King finds Jones. Is he able to get the flick? No, and there's contact from Jones. That will result in the Calgary free kick from their own box. 2/3 of the way through the match here, still sitting at 0-0 between the Sounders U23 and Calgary Foothills FC. Sounders offense has been much quieter than we saw in the first half. Calgary being able to get just as many opportunities in the first 15 minutes of the second half as they did in the entire first half. Calgary now, Jones drops that ball off, and it's going to go all the way back to Powley. Powley sends a long ball out and to the sideline. It looks like the Sounders are going to make a change. And it looks like coming off the field is going to be Corey Keats. And it looks like Connor Antley is going to step up into that center defensive mid role. Checking onto the field here for the Seattle Sounders U23.
Sounders substitution coming in the 61st minute. Entering the match,
Is number 24, Nathan Ani.
Nathan On. Going off, number 18, Corey Keats.
Tyler John goes through a large tackle. Bagru now comes up with it, plays Blair in. Blair has some space in front of him. He's going to attack. Ball on that left foot, cuts it back to the right. Now he's trying to go back, dancing with it between four defenders. Can't get the space he wants. He loses footing and finds himself on the ground, and Calgary takes back over on possession. Rivas applying the pressure to the center backs. Bagro moved out to the left mid position, and it looks like Melvin Blair moves himself up top into a striker role. King battles for the header, doesn't get it down. Battling down is Rushworth. Ani carries, plays simple into the middle. Rivas, now Jensen. Jensen turns on the body. Has a challenge, tries staying with it, and now going the other way is Rushworth. Rushworth has some speed to him. Ani comes through on the tackle. We're going to play some advantage here. Trying to bring the ball down is Sakaria. He's on top of the box, trying to keep his balance, battling through about three Sounders, and finally gets cleared out. Now the switch is coming from Lopez. Going up, ball up and over the top to Pasquodi. Has the ball bouncing, tries sending across in. And that one's going to get deflected out for a corner. Referee issues a yellow card all the way back to Dean Northover, the captain. And it was something that went on off the ball. I didn't see Dean Northover make any sort of harsh challenges on the ball. And players are pleading for Northover's case. Calgary corner kick coming here in the 64th minute. 0-0 between Seattle and Calgary here. Far side has Jones taking this corner. He's going to curl it in near post. It gets flicked onto the back. Cavey trying to track it down for the Sounders. Now it's with Zebi. Zebi drops off. Finds Lopez. Lopez cuts. Overlapping him is Rushworth, and it's going to go out of bounds for another Calgary corner kick, and they're going to send the left back up to take this kick, Kieran Hayes. Excuse me.
Corner for Calgary taken by number 12, Kieran Hay.
Hay sends in the right footer. Coming out is Christensen. He catches it with ease. Wants to play quickly, sends the ball up to Bagro. Unable to find it there, but getting the header down and trying to find Rivas on the overlap. No, now it's Cavey. Drops off to King. King wants to play long. Goes into the midfield. Antley now switches that ball, and it's up, and away, out of bounds. It's going to take over for Calgary. Another substitution coming on for the Sounders. It looks like Colton Cavey will make his way off the field.
Entering the match, number 33, El Tigre, Derek Johnson.
You heard it there. Number 33, Derek Johnson, will check onto the field. We saw him check on early in the first half on Friday night against the Timbers U23. He got a shot there right before the half ended. Derek Johnson was an attacking threat all night long on the wing. We'll see what number 33 can do now that he enters the match today. Rivas, little flick up and over the top to Bagru. He's going to try and chase it down. Falls into the hands of Sounders on the throw-in. Trying to go quickly. It's Antley. Johnson coming across. Left-footed volley. Unable to get it past the defender on the deflection. And Lopez now playing with it outside the Northover. Up the sideline. It's Zebby. And Tyler John with a huge clearance out of bounds. Watch out if you're sitting on that bench. Going up and over the top now. Cross comes into the box. No one home. King headers out. Johnson turns on the ball. Loses it, but he's going to chase it down all the way to this left back. Johnson applying the high pressure. Now it's Blair. Jensen wins it. Antley, the center back, playing center defensive mid now. He's going to lead another attack. It's Bagru, far side. He wants to turn and put the ball on his right foot, try and cut into the box. Finds Antley. Antley takes a touch, and that ball gets cleared out of bounds to this near sideline where Maka King will head over and take the throw-in. Through 67 minutes here, King has the big throw-in. We'll see Jones make his way up into that box again. Sounders love to stack the near post on this play. King makes his run up. Ball comes in. Targeted Johnson, unable to find. King tracing back now. Tyler John wins that with ease, shutting down any sort of attack Chris Rushworth had in mind. King sees a through ball to Rivas, has a lot of space. Great touch into space. Rivas sends in a cross. Can it find Bagru? No. But it gets played out to King. King has a man on the back. Sends in a ball sky high intended there for Melvin Blair, but Blair can't get on the end of it. Into the hands of Powley now.
Fans of MVP Physical Therapy is a proud sponsor of the Sounders U23. MVP Physical Therapy.
0-0 here still through 68 minutes. You are watching the PDL on Bootstrapper Studios. Ball played in over the top of Bagru and takes a deflection off the thighs and will land in the box for Powley, who's going to pick up now after the pressure from Bagru. Powley puts on the ground, tries playing a ball up. Jensen intercepts. And now it's Antley, plays into the feet of Bagru, looking for Rivas. Rivas has Bagru back, puts it on the right foot, trying to create his own space, loses his footing, turns on the left foot now, goes outside to Blair. Blair, low shot, near post, saved by Powley. And Powley doing a great job to hit the carpet and be able to clean that one up. But it was Bagru who set up that entire play, losing his footing, but having the strength to be able to keep possession of that ball and being able to find Blair on the outside. Blair did a great job at cutting in early and taking a shot to strike the near post. Calgary now trying to work some possession. In the middle is Lopez battling with Rivas. Foul finally called. Lopez. Josh Reed here, the center back on the free kick for Calgary. He's going to play back to Powley. Powley ways away from his own net. He's going to give to Hay. Tries playing up the line. That one's going to roll out of bounds. King is going to jog over for the throw-in. 20 minutes remain in this PDL match here, live from Sumner, Washington. I'm Peyton Behrens. Sounders U23 trying to press the attack here on their home pitch. King wins the header. Johnson flicks on to Rivas, who goes over to Antley. Antley wants to attack past Lopez, does so. Now lays off to Bagru. Bagru, it's a 4-on-3. Bagru and Antley try and take the same space. Too much going on there as Bagru is unable to get through the gap. John wins the header and sends it back to Northover. Now that ball gets cleared, and it's Ani who's trying to clean it up and win it. But turnover going the other way is Sarkaria. Sarkaria goes to Rushworth, who's going to run through the legs, try and come out to this wing. On the left foot is Rushworth. Rushworth gets it taken away from King. King tries clearing it up and out, but only gets it out of bounds about 20 yards up the sideline. Substitution coming on for Calgary.
Substitution coming in the 72nd minute. Entering the match number 24, Ali Musay. Going off, number 10, Sakurai.
Akeem Sakurai is the man leaving the match. Checking onto the field now, number 24, the forward, Ali Muse. Ball coming in over the top, headed out by John. Working with it now is Lopez. On the ground. Plays over to Pasquodi. He's going to try and lay off here for Muse. Muse now dancing with it. Goes between two defenders. John comes up and wins it with the help of Jensen clearing. Muse gets the ball on his feet now. Trying to work his way. 1-on-4. Drops it back, and now Calgary going to try and work away from their lines. Playing with it in the back now. Far side with Northover. Ball goes up and into Zeeby. He's going to turn. Try and battle off Antley. Has a man outside, unable to get to him. And now the foul will be called. Very dangerous area here. It's Calgary, if they have a free kick specialist who can stand over the ball, he surely has a spot to strike here. We'll see how many men that Christensen wants in the wall for him. Standing over the ball is Jones and Ali Muse. And now it's just Jones. Christensen has his wall in place. Jones, left-footed strike. It goes up, and Christensen with the fingertips up and over the bar.
That's a save for Paul Christensen.
And that was Christensen's best save of the match thus far as we're 74 minutes in. And a great free kick there from Kyle Jones as that one deflected up and over the wall. Jones now on the left-footed corner. It's an in-swinger. Muse wins it, but it gets deflected out. Sends it back in is Zeeby. John still battling for it. Trying to get it away. It's won by Rivas. Tries playing it in to Blair. Bagaroon. He falls to the ground. Foul finally called. And it's Jensen going to be over the ball. No, King wants the free kick here. Sounders walking their way up into the attacking third of the field as King is going to wait to take this free kick. Let Jones get into the box, and now you have both your starting center backs going to be up into this attack as Antley is now playing a center defensive mid. King wants 10 yards. Ball goes back post, and it's flicked out of bounds, and it was Jones the intended target. Jones, a huge aerial threat. Anytime you get a set piece, that's the guy that you want to find if you are the Sounders. And that one just flicks off his head away from the net, and Calgary gets the ball rolling very quickly. Working with it across the back line. And now going long. King underneath that ball all alone. Jensen flicks, finds Rivas. Rivas brings it down. Antley has space. Tries flicking to Bagru. Can he beat the defender there? No, and the clearance goes out of bounds from Noah Cunningham. Maka King now jogs over for the deep throw in that he is capable of.
All right, Sounders fans, let's hear it out there. Make some noise.
And now you're going to see Ani find his way up into the attack. Now you have three center back caliber players who are all crowding the box as Sam Jones, Ani, and Antley find their way up. The short throw is taken to Johnson, and the right foot across from King gets deflected out of bounds. Another throw in deeper into the attacking position.
The Sounders will be signing on the east side of the stadium right after today's match.
King now. Throwing about 5 yards above the goal line, crosses it in. That ball's going to bounce out. Johnson puts his head down. He's sprinting out for it. He has to battle Jones for it. Jones is going to win that battle, but he's going to dribble it out of bounds, and the Sounders are going to have another throw-in opportunity. Jones could have went on the counterattack very quickly, but a heavy touch results for the Sounders throw-in. Jensen splits two defenders and finds Jones. Far sideline now is John. John through ball into Blair. Blair now trying to dance past the defender one-on-one, create space. Right foot across comes in. It's Antley. Ball still bouncing around in there. It's Bagru unable to get a header. John attacks the ball into some space, but a handball's called as that one may have deflected off the forearm. John now on his horse trying to get back. Leading the attack there is Pasquodi. Pasquodi trying to go through two defenders. John still battling after the long run. Pasquodi trying to create his own space to get the cross in. He may be working for a corner kick now. He is trapped by John. John, the shove and no call, and that one's going to be out of bounds for a Sounders goal kick. Tyler John, that very physical outside back there, not making anything easy for Nico Pasquodi. King working with it up the near sideline, has Rivas. Rivas lays back off to King. King sprays the ball over to Blair. Blair with a great touch. Now he's going to attack on Northover. He's going to try and cut back, have a right foot across. Gets stuck in the turf, and now Northover has space in front of him. Lays off to Ali Musi. 3-on-4 in favor of the Sounders here. Ball gets kicked outside, and the early cross is coming, and it's not going to be able to get to Rushworth as Paul Christensen comes out with the big hands, shutting that thing down before it starts. Rivas now leads the attack. Johnson, lots of space in front of him on the near sideline. He's going to chip a ball, try and find Antley, and it's going to be Cunningham who's able to knock that one down and clear it out. Over for the throw-in is Will Bagru. We'll see if King wants to come up for the throw, but Bagru is on the sideline now. They'll do another set piece. Just about 10 minutes here remaining at Sunset Stadium. Neither team being able to score, and if the Sounders are able to recreate the magic they had on Friday night, two very dramatic finishes, are in the works. Ball gets flicked in, back post. Antley, left-footed shot, gets deflected out for a corner kick on the far side. Connor Antley has 1 goal on the season for the Sounders right now. Almost made it 2 right there. Now Rivas is going to work his way to the far side for the Sounders corner kick.
U23.
7 attackers in the box right now for the Sounders. Stacked all the way in a line from the goal line all the way up to the 18. Curled in off his line there, coming out is Dylan Powley, who hits the ground. And Powley now is going to take his time walking out with this. We just passed the 80th minute mark. And Powley taking his time in the box. Finally clears over. And a big kick. May have caught some wind there. John brings it down. Jensen drops back into Jones. Left-footed ball finds Rivas. John wins the knockdown header. And now the Sounders, lots of space in front of them. King sends a long ball across the field to Blair. Blair's battling for it. And that ball's going to go out of bounds off the head of Northover. John's going to come up for the throw-in. Deep throw coming in, intended for Baggery. That ball was won once by Baggery, deflected off the head. Jensen now goes to Rivas, has Johnson out wide. Johnson trying to open up those hips. Rivas goes to Jensen. Jensen's going to lay off to Johnson now. King tries sending in a diagonal ball. The flick on by Antley just falls into the feet of Blair. Now it's Rivas working with it. Rivas splits 2 defenders for Blair. 1-touch strike from Blair. Deflected. Calgary starts to work the ball out the other way. Into the middle to Moosey. Lots of space in front of him, and he wants an ambitious strike that finds the back of the net, and it beats Christensen. My word. Ali Moosey had no pressure, got his head up, and from 35, 40 out, he decided he wanted to take a strike, and it was a low stunner that beat Christensen to his left side. Got a paw on it, but that one was able to find inside the side netting, and wow, what a strike there from Calgary, and that puts them up 1-0. The tie is now broken. And in the 83rd minute here, the Sounders have work to do if they want to salvage some points here at home at Sunset Stadium.
Calgary goal scored in the 83rd minute by number 24, I'll even say.
And it was a crowd silencer here, and now substitution is in the works.
Entering the match, number 21, Steven Sandbekog. Going off, number 11, Melvin Blair.
Blair checks off the field, coming on for the Sounders, number 21, Sandbekog. And that's a very attacking substitution there as he makes an immediate impact. The foul is called on the far side of the box, and now the Sounders in a dangerous position here have a free kick where Sergio Rivas can send in a very dangerous right-footed curler. It gets laid off. Jensen sends a ball up and over the top, quickly taken by Rivas. Jensen unable to just get that knee over the ball, and he sends that one over the crossbar now. We're in the 84th minute, and time is on the wrong side of things for the Sounders U23.
Calgary substitution, 83rd minute, entering the match. Number 14, Dan Hayfield, going off. Number 8, Bruno Zebi.
Working down this near sideline. Slide tackle out of bounds off Rushworth. So it's going to be a Sounders throw. Calgary defending with everything they got. All 11 players behind the ball. Throw in goes deep. Johnson now falls under it. Finds Antley. Antley goes outside to Sandbekog. He cuts back in on his right foot. 20 yards out. Has a strike. It gets deflected. And that one's going to keep rolling out of bounds. And the offside is called where chasing that ball down was Ani. He was unable to get to it, but he was still in an offside position and impeded with the play. Officials getting the call right on that one. John gets up to win that header. Jensen trying to win the tackle off Jones. Jones leaves his feet, and that might be Jones' second yellow card. He's already found his way into the book. Jones very dangerous there, and now the Sounders have a one-man advantage for the remaining 4 minutes plus stoppage time. Kyle Jones has to exit the field there. He left his feet very dangerously, and it was resulted in a red card.
Number 11, Kyle Jones.
Now Calgary has to make decisions on how they want to handle this. Jones has been such a dominant midfielder for them through these first 86 minutes, and now with only 4 minutes remaining in regulation, we'll see how they handle it. Ball dangerous in the box, still working with it. Antley trying to flick it in, and Jones can't get the header down. Now pushing with it. Rushworth gets a deflection. He's off for the races. It's him and Jensen one-on-one. Rushworth has support coming to his left side. He's still working with it one-on-one. It's him and Sam Beckhog on that far side. Now it's Northover working with it. Cross comes in, intended for Muse. And now it's Jones. Plays out to Johnson. Johnson wants to play a long ball up and over the top. And that ball gets reeled in by Sandbeckhagen. No, he can't. It goes out of bounds. 87th minute here, and the Sounders have a one-man advantage. Kyle Jones gets red carded after 2 yellows. Both challenges being late, coming in behind a defender. Jones looking at things here for Calgary. They try and get the throw in. Lots of contact on that far sideline. Now working around with this King. Sounders want to throw everything they can forward. Sandbeckhawk trying to chase down that ball, unable to keep that one in. Goal kick coming for Calgary. Calgary going to take as much time as they possibly can here. 88th minute. And we'll see how much stoppage time that the referees allow. The goal coming in the 83rd minute from a huge 35-yard strike off the foot of Ali Muse, who was able to keep that low and just past Paul Christensen. One for the highlight reels, and it was a great strike. The Sounders commit the foul on the other side of the 50, and the ball that goes all the way down to the far side of the field is now going to allow more and more time to run off the clock. Standing over the ball, Dan Hayfield checked on the 83rd minute. After checking off the field was Bruno Zebi. John wins the header, lots of space there. Jensen's going to fall under the ball, but it gets stripped and taken away from Rushworth, who kicks it off of Jensen in a very smart play to be able to get Calgary possession of that ball. Throw in coming for Calgary. It's Jones trying to clear his lines. Sandbeckhog working back, trying to win possession of that ball. Jensen brings it to King. Lots of space out here. Poor touch from King. Pops up straight up in the air. Rivas is going to try and camp under and win. Now it's Jensen. Plays the ball up and over the top. Can't find Bagru. Rivas trying to win that. Brings it down now is Antley. He's going to go up and over the top, looking for Sandbeckhog. That ball just gets headed out Great play from the outside back over there. Dean Northover.
Let's support your team.
Working with it now, Stein Sandbeckhog. So we approach the 90th minute here, and John is going to make his way over, trying to get a deep throw. The Sounders have 9 in the box. The deep throw in to the keeper's hands. Tips it up in the air, being able to come down and catch it himself is Dylan Powley. And that was a very dangerous play by Powley. Very fortunate that he can come up with it. Powley sends that ball deep. No strikers around. John has a lot of time. We're in the 90th minute now. The time is kept on the referee's watch. Calgary wants a sub on the next dead ball. Ball bounces, and now it's kicked straight up. No more than 25 yards outside of the net. Jensen trying to flick a header. Tyler John mistouched. And now it's Rushworth. Gets a touch in from behind on Moosey. He's one-on-one. The offside flag is up. The Sounders have to go quickly. There's only 2 minutes of stoppage time here. And Christensen trying to take this free kick, trying to get all of his numbers up. Calgary wants to hold a hard line. And the referee will waive the substitution on. It's going to be Chris Rushworth who's going to sub off the field, and he will take his time exiting. Referee will go and give him a talking to, asking him to hurry up. We're in stoppage time. Everything's at the referee's discretion here in regards of the clock. King, a defender who's played every minute here, checks onto the field. This is the first game that he's taken off on this season. Calgary, 2-1 on the year, trying to make it 3-1. Ball gets cleared out only to John, though. John now trying to send something smartly and plays it out wide to Johnson. He's going to lay off for King. Everyone crowding around the back post, trying to get the right break on the run. King sends a ball back post. The header's back across the middle, and it's Ani with the shot. Excuse me, it was Stein Sandbeckhog trying to take that one after the ball floats back post, headed across the middle, found him. About 15 yards out, unable to connect. Powley now on the goal kick. The referee will say that is it. 90 minutes is up. The Calgary Foothills Football Club takes this one on the road here against the Sounders after 90 minutes from Sumner, Washington, and it was a great strike from Ollie Muse to be able to beat Paul Christensen, giving up his first goal on the season. The Sounders now move 1 win, 1 loss on the season. That's Calgary's 3rd win on the season already, as they're now 3-1 and have scored 8 goals in 4 games. Very strong attacking club. Calgary Foothills FC, they are a club to watch out for the rest of the PDL season. And the Sounders, lots of attack, unable to break the lines that Dylan Powley threw out there. Dylan Powley, the goalkeeper for Calgary FC, being able to put up a clean sheet today. It was a very good outing for him and that back line. Sounders very unfortunate to not be able to find the back of the net. And that'll wrap things up here from Sunset Stadium. So, for my producer, Adam Weigel, I'm Peyton Behrens, and for Bootstrapper Studios, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to this PDL match between the Sounders, U23, and Calgary Foothills FC from Sumner, Washington. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon.